everybody. I'm back. See, this is Archbishop Ryan in the, I forget the other team name, Imhotep, Met boys basketball game, state, District 5, I think they said. Sorry about the sound, guys. It's about to get ready. It's about, I don't know how long it's going to take them to get ready. They should have started at 7 o'clock, but the game before that one not get done yet.
Welcome back, everybody, inside LaSalle College High School. It's the game of the night. It's the game of the District 12 playoffs. Imhotep taking on Archbishop Ryan for a 5A boys title. Your broadcast team, Bob Long, Will Ryan, Dan Green, and Lauren Ryan is here with us on camera. The introductions of the starting lineup. Ramir Barno introduced Ahmad Noel. The starting backcourt. Number 3, Justin Edwards, a 5-star with a ton of offers coming his way. He's special and going to be fun to watch here tonight. Mo Abdullah, he's heading to Ryder next year, standing at 6'4". And then Makai Taylor at 6'7". He's introduced next. The head coach of Imhotep is Andre Noble, winner of now 10 public league titles after winning last week at the Liacouras Center.
Undefeated in the Philadelphia Public League Championship games.
Now let's meet Archbishop Ryan, a team that went all the way to the Palestra for the Catholic League final, came up 2 possessions short against Newman Goretti. Darren Williams, a sophomore sensation, averaging 12.5 points per game. Next up, number 4, David Wise, a senior. Averages just a couple of points a game, but really steadies the ship, doesn't always start, but will here tonight. Luke Boyd, number 10, 37% from deep, shoots more threes than anybody on the team and anybody in the Philadelphia Catholic League. He was a huge part of the effort in the Catholic League title game against Newman Goretti. And then Thomas Sorber, as well as number 11, Jalen Sneed, the senior. Fill out the starting lineup. Sneed, love this stat line, guys. 5, 5, and 5. 5 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, does everything. And then Thomas Sorber. Dan, your thoughts on Sorber? We saw a lot of him at the Palestra in both the semifinals and the finals. A big man, a sophomore, strong beyond his years, developing that footwork.
Yeah, I do really like his game. He has a sneaky good footwork. You think that he, is just a big body down there, but his post moves are very polished. And you saw that at the Palestra a few nights ago. I'm looking to see how he handles that length and athleticism from Imhotep tonight.
Good boy!
And Dan, a specific play from that semifinal game at the Palestra where Sorber flashed to the middle, caught it, turned around, hit a 12-foot jump shot. His jump shot is an improving part of his game, and we'll see it tonight.
Yeah, absolutely.
Underway, Edwards tips it back. And Imhotep in black, Archbishop Ryan in white. Here we go. Thought about a deep 3. This is Williams on Edwards. Advantage Edwards from a size perspective. Little too long on the 3 from Taylor. And Archbishop Ryan now will start things off. David Wise runs the point.
David Wise, Ryan, number.
Boyd comes off the screen, set by Sorber. Now Sorber goes to work. It's going to be him against Taylor, and what a matchup inside that is. Sorber came up with the catch, but a good job by Taylor. Doing a ton of work ahead of time. Wise on a dribble drive, comes to a stop on 2 feet. Inside they go for Sorber. What a great catch. Poked away, though, kept in bounds by Ahmad Noel. And a giveaway. Boyd inside. Yes. Good find by Thomas Sorber.
An underrated passer. Really big part of his game because he draws a lot of double teams. He's able to pass with efficiency.
Ryan, they play a lot of zone. We saw that, Dan, in both games in the Palestra. But today coming out man-to-man.
Yeah, I like that switch up. I think they might be able to pressure these guards and get them out running.
Well, I'll
like
tell you
right
what,
now.
very prescient, my friend. 4-0 Archbishop Bryant, and it's 2 layups by Luke Boyd. Noel, got it.
Got it. 4-3.
Really good from Ahmad Noel.
Sophomore with a Kansas offer, Bob.
Sorry if I'm not saying that name right.
Don't need to say much more than that. One of the top recruits in the state
But it's
in his class.
4-3, Ryan.
Good drive, a pull-up. Yes. Well done from Ramir Borno. And now an opportunity here as they create another steal.
Another one. 4-3.
Justin Edwards, no good. Follow, no.
Rebound. Jump ball.
Taylor has it on the floor. Still with possession, and a foul is going to be called. That goes against Thomas Sorber, his first, team's first, at 5:36.
You can see that pressure from Imhotep already starting to bother Archbishop Ryan here. Getting set up in that press defense is going to be a key here. I thought their first possession was actually pretty well, although they didn't get a bucket except after the steal.
I should have been a jump ball. Don't you guys
have
think?
to be really patient.
Should have been a foul. We got to think about that.
5-4 your score. 5:36 to go in this first quarter. Taylor has it now. The handoff for Borno. What a feed. And Sorber did just enough to impact the shot. It never even got up on the rim from Taylor.
Notice early, Imhotep is putting the long rider commit Mo Abdullah on Luke Boyd. He comes off a lot of screens for threes. They think the length will be able to kind of contain that, if you will.
Ow.
Foul goes against Taylor, so both bigs picking up early fouls. His first, team's first. Archbishop Ryan at 17-7 on the year, 8-5 in the Philadelphia Catholic League. Inside they go for Sorber on a deflection, caught it, went straight up, no good. And a block is called against David Wise. Good call there in the backcourt at 5:09 to go. Team second, his first.
Yeah, that play showed the speed of Ramir Barno because David Wise was right in front of him and he was able to shift over to his right to make that a block instead of a charge.
Not a seat to be had here tonight. 3 minutes into this first quarter.
Trying Imhotep.
Barno. Good hands by Williams, and Boyd comes up with it. 3-on-3.
Boyd.
Wise gets all the way to the 10. Extra pass for Jalen Sneed. He's not a three-point shooter. Good hands inside. That's Ahmad Noel.
Archbishop Ryan on the floor right now has 2 3-point shooters. Sorbo will take one if open, and then David Wise and Jalen Sneed just do not shoot the 3-ball.
Boyd, no good. Nice rebound there by Makai Taylor on the box out of the bigger Sorber. Pull up, no good. That's well long, and Edwards knocked it out of bounds. But that shot from Luke Boyd, guys, I mean, that's the type of look you're looking for out of a baseline inbound. You create that type of look more often than not, good things are going to happen. Numbers for Ryan. Boyd. Tough shot. Follow there by Sorber. Darren Williams, the sophomore, created the contact, got it up on the rim, and Sorber puts it away.
Williams drives so hard to the rim that he drew the second defender, which left the offensive rebound available.
That's unguardable. The 5-star Justin Edwards.
You guys are enjoying it as much as I am.
Not only his length, but the elevation on that jump shot.
And then I know Ryan, both teams go into the state tournament, I think.
Inside they go for Sorber.
Oh, yes.
Really good.
Yeah, great post feed there. You know, he gave him the entry,
job,
arm up. He sealed the defender off, and he was able to make the perfect pass for the layup.
Sorber, Dan, mature beyond his years as a sophomore.
Yeah, I really think they look to explore that matchup there. I think with his big body, he will be able to get the positioning that he needs to operate down low.
And talking to Joe
Like they
Zaglinski
said,
before
like
the game,
6'9",
one of the first things he
7 foot,
mentioned,
somebody told me
it was
before.
play through Thomas Sorber in the paint.
An offensive foul. We'll give it back the other way. And there's another look. Just that moving screen, point of emphasis here at the high school level and beyond. First personal call against Justin Edwards.
And it'll be Imhotep making the first substitutions of the day. It's Chad Englund, the center, into the game as well as senior guard Ronnie Raphael, who had a very good Philadelphia Public League championship game.
How about Luke Boyd climbing the ladder?
Luke Boyd!
He is so good at that. Once or twice a game, he'll nab you with a back cut because you have to run him off the three-point line. And a foul is going to be called. It goes against David Wise, so wipe off the three. But I also think Joe Zaglinski has a pretty fair argument for a moving screen.
He does. I think what the call here is there certainly is a move. It's the wrap by Wise, which kind of negates any movement that Englund made.
And already the second on Wise.
I love looking over at Imhotep's bench, seeing Andre Noble just coaching up Ramir Barno right now. Not the best start for Barno, long on a couple shots.
And Noel short on that one, and it's Michael Paris saving it inbounds. Michael Paris gave great minutes in the Philadelphia Catholic League semifinals and finals. Interesting, again, as we mentioned, seeing Wise get the start. Only averages 14 minutes per game, but has to go to the bench with the two personal fouls.
Yeah, Wise has started 24 of 24 games, but he's not going to play the bulk of the minutes.
Boy, is that any good? Thomas Sorber inside. Spin move, under control, knew where the rim was. A nice kiss off the glass, 12-7.
And he takes the contact there as well. I mean, he spun off the guy. I thought they could have even called a moving foul, you know, on a blocking foul. But he was able to finish.
Back cut, and Paris couldn't handle it with one hand. Good idea from Darren Williams.
Great player.
Raphael pulls up and hits. Ronnie Raphael headed to Gannon University next year. That's right. The 6th and 7th men of this team are going to go play college basketball. Boyd in and out. And they got a hand on it, but now Edwards leads the pack. No numbers. Well, he creates his own numbers. Justin Edwards.
Man, is it fun to watch a 6'7" wing with his length just bring up the ball and create for himself?
Absolutely incredible. Open three for Williams. Couldn't get the answer. It's Justin Edwards bringing it down.
And then somebody told me after the game,
Noel
he said we 15.
lost the basketball numbers here for Ryan. Williams, don't want to lollygag too long. He did get the foul call. There was a third defender rushing back. Did a nice job to get it up above the rim, shoulder some contact. He'll shoot two.
Yeah, I like the patience there too on the fast break. You know, he didn't rush to go in for a layup, draw the foul. He sort of slowed down, waited for his teammate, and was able to get a nice shot up there.
And what's interesting, Bob and Dan, is the scouting report on Williams is that he likes to go to the right. Even though he's a lefty, he does like to go to his right. You see it all the time. He starts on the left wing and will drive right and go up with that little righty floater. He tried it there, starting on the right side. But interesting that the lefty likes the right.
Those lefties are tough to guard. That's what makes them tough to guard. You
That's
know,
right.
They have that weird playing style sometimes, but it works.
Just so you know who you're sitting with here, Will, Dan Green, Abington Friends School, starting point guard, lefty, southpaw.
Like to go left though. Did like to go left.
Let the record
Let's make that
show.
clear, yeah.
But we got a PTPer with us in the broadcast booth. Thrilled to have you, Dan.
Thrilled to be here, Bob.
Under 1 minute to go. 14-11, Archbishop Ryan. Really solid first quarter against a very talented Imhotep team. Thomas Sorber No, beg your pardon. Yep, checked into the game just now. Jaden Murray provides some size himself. 6'6", his first, team's fourth.
Some size and some athleticism, Bob. Big-time dunk in the PCL semifinal game. He's a good athlete. Team final player in the 2024 class.
Nobody live streamed
A nice player.
the semifinal championship.
Now with 39 seconds left in the quarter.
Somebody would have did that for me.
They get a wide open look. That's no good. So I think the original idea might have been to hold for the last shot. They just couldn't give that shot up.
This is only the beginning.
That was Chad
no
Anglin
matter
shooting
what.
the three.
But I
Number
think most kids
23.
go to the state tournament.
Actually, I believe that was Yamir Satterfield who checked into the game.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. We had Satterfield with a number 20. They have white jerseys and they have black jerseys. So we had the white jerseys roster as Ryan draws the foul. Paris to the line for two. So you're absolutely right. They switched around the numbers, and that's our guy Satterfield wearing number 4 this evening.
The amount of and ones that Paris had in the at the Palestra, I thought that one was going to fall for a second.
Yeah, the way he drives the lane is really impressive. I mean, he's obviously a little undersized when he goes up there among those guys, those tall power forward centers of the Catholic League, and obviously here today. But he uses his body really well and maneuvers down in the paint exceptionally.
And when you can knock down two at the line, better yet. Nicely done by Paris, 74% on the year. Down to the final second after the miss, and we head to the end of the first quarter. It's Archbishop Ryan 16, Imhotep 11. In this highly anticipated, sold-out crowd here for the boys 5A District's 12 title. This is what it's all about. We did a lot of these games last year. Will and I actually did. And it was, of course, at a point where you could not have full venues, full crowds. This is a different atmosphere here, Will, this year. And there's nothing better than a full gym for high school basketball at the highest level.
Yeah, last year we had a taste of a crowd, and that was in the Lincoln versus Archbishop Wood game, because Abraham Lincoln brought some energetic fans, and it was a fun game to watch. And then you just compare it to this, where Imhotep student section has been here for the better part of 2 hours now. And then Archbishop Ryan faithful here. Again, it's a sold-out crowd, corners packed, just a fun atmosphere here at LaSalle.
Dan, break down that first 8 minutes of basketball for us.
I'll tell you, I really like the way, I mean, they're obviously up in the game, but the way Archbishop Ryan is patient on offense right now is really impressive to me. You know, they don't always get a shot. They don't always get even a good shot. Sometimes they're turning the ball over, they get stripped, but they are grinding this defense down, and they're making them work on defense, and that is huge, you know, when they go back on defense and Imhotep has to play offense.
Now into the second quarter we go. That's a nice catch by Sorber. Didn't get the roll.
What a rebound by Mo Abdullah, the rider commit. A southpaw himself.
Raphael all the way to the hole, extends. Good rebound inside by Anglin. No good.
Tough one there, but it's a lot of one or two pass possessions right now, and I think you're not going to get a good shot when you make the defense, you know, only move their feet 1 or 2 times, and then you're putting up a shot. It's just not efficient basketball.
So something interesting, we didn't see a lot of Jaden Murray and Thomas Sorber on the court at the same time.
Yep.
And that might be why. You had Murray on the wing there, and he struggled to get the pass in to Sorber. Passing into the post is so important as a guard, and when you have a bigger player out there, he sometimes struggles.
Ramir Barno got to the elbow, created a little bit of space.
That's big for Barno because he was struggling a little bit early.
And an offensive foul called against Archbishop Ryan. And Joe Zaglinski can't believe it. He's up near the half-court stripe. Let's get another look here. Where's the foul? That's an interesting call there, guys. I got to tell you.
Yeah, I think that was going to be a bucket there, if not for that call.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean,
Yeah.
if it was a foul, the grab on Imhotep, if we're saying
Yeah.
that, yeah. They called a moving screen. Now that's a grab called against Archbishop Bryan. And guys, already the 6th team foul, just the first on Derek Williams, who just checked into the game. But next foul, and Imhotep is into the bonus. Barno, wow. Unbelievable as he attacks.
And then how about him switching hands? He went up with the right, moved to the offhand with the left. He's not a southpaw, ladies and gentlemen, but he knows how to use the left.
That's right, and you're not going to do much to stop that. I mean, once he gets his legs under him, it looks like he's not going to be stopped.
Chad Anglin picks up his first, team's 5th. So foul shots very likely to come into the equation here shortly. Sorber.
Can't wait to see.
And they love to run this play off the screen. And that one hit the wire, so out of play. Dan, they missed one of those yesterday, and it went down and through the cylinder. So we had some fun with that one there, but holding up the stanchion from the ceiling, and a good call there by the officials.
And what's funny is if you were at the Palestra for that PCL final game, you might recognize that inbounds play. They try to get it to Boyd quite often.
Ramir Barno, a 2-year starter for this team, offers all across Division I, puts that one in from more than college range. A lead here for Imhotep. They haven't had many leads. It's been almost exclusively Ryan.
And this place is getting loud, Bob. They try to get it into Sorber.
Tough one there, huh? Man.
He dribbled the basketball, so that's a really tough call.
Tell me what you see here, Dan.
I thought he got away with a little bit of a foul there.
Which one now?
Maybe not. If anything, I guess it might have been a push-off on Bordeaux. But
yeah.
And then he put the ball on the deck.
I had that as play on.
Yeah.
I had that as a moving screen. And Ramir Barno, I had that as a big-time finish at the rim. Timeout on the floor, 5:42 to go, second quarter. The Imhotep student section making themselves heard.
And Joe Zaglinski has a legitimate beef with the far side official right now. He missed a travel call, or I shouldn't say he missed a travel call, but there was a travel that he called that didn't happen. And Zaglinski's hot about it because there was a screen here that, Bob, you said you had it as a moving screen. So when you have a tough call down here, and then a call doesn't go down your way there, it's easy to get frustrated.
A full timeout on the floor. Great time to tell everybody about our favorite game here at Bob Long Sports, and that is Where You At? So let us know where you're watching the game. Either tweet at us at Bob Long Sports. Of course, give us a follow. You can comment on the YouTube channel, and most importantly, give us a subscribe. Hit that subscribe button. You'll have access to all of our broadcasts. You'll have insight on when we're going live next. We'll be doing some state tournament action as the weeks go along. So let us know where you're watching the game from, and we appreciate everybody being here. Coach Ty says he's watching again, and I hope I get this right, watching from Audenried.
Audenried, yeah, the high school, part of the Philadelphia Public League.
There you go.
Absolutely.
So appreciate Coach Ty being here this evening. I know there's a lot more of you out there. Let us know where you're watching the game from, and we'll do our best to give you a shout.
This Imhotep student section, some shirts off. It's a party over there.
Archbishop Bryan now, can they get into their offensive set? Paris. And that's the right decision there. Jalen Sneed, feed inside, good hands. Imhotep the other way.
Nice pass to the middle there.
Chad Anglin spinning and pirouetting his way to a 6-point lead.
Really nice transition offense there. Good spacing.
And we have a clock malfunction. Actually, excuse me, not a clock malfunction. One of the, pieces of the court.
Yeah, that's
It's
interesting.
a volleyball piece, yeah?
That's right. I think we'll see it on this replay here. Maybe we just missed it, but you're right. There's a little volleyball, I don't know, manhole cover, if you want to call it that.
Yeah, we can call it that.
Sure, why not? Hey, a lot of creative liberties here. Sorber to the basket. It rolls off the front rim. Barno, too good.
Bob, Barno was struggling early. He's got 13, a game-high 13 right now, almost matching Archbishop Ryan's 16.
Well, and why is that happening, right? He did hit a long three, but he's getting to the basket, creating great looks. Michael Paris hits a tough one from college range. It's 24-19.
Yeah, he's got 5 off the bench, and he's been on a bit of a tear lately. He had a really nice last regular season game here at LaSalle, making some open threes, and then obviously that carried over to the playoffs.
Well, a moving screen call, and you can put that feather in the cap of one Mr. Joe Zaglinski, who had that conversation prior to the last time out. Another look at Anglin. And that one was not as egregious, I didn't think.
No, what he did there, good centers know how to adjust so that their point guard can go off of it. He can flip ways, and I guess they called a little bit of a lean there. Whew.
Ronnie Raphael called for the foul. Thought he had that one poked away cleanly. And that's the 7th team foul. So front end of the 1-and-1 comes for Archbishop Ryan with 4 minutes and 16 seconds to play in the second quarter, better than halfway to go.
Of note, we have an experienced refereeing crew here, as 2 of these officials did the PCL final game at the Palestra just earlier this week.
I think they've called a good game so far. I really do. Missed the front end of the 1-and-1. Nobody in the paint rebounding.
You see that with Archbishop Ryan, kind of the Joel Embiid strategy of having your big fella back already organized in the defense rather than have him run the court.
Halfway home here in the second quarter. Great steal there by Paris, and what a job by the safety coming back, Mo Abdullah. Pull up. And now Williams puts it on the turf, and now he'll pull this one back. Sorber.
Nice pass.
Boyd for 3. And here comes Abdullah the other way. He just lost the basketball, got a little ahead of himself, and now you send Luke Boyd to the line. That's not the guy you want to send to the line. He's an excellent three-point shooter, and he's a pretty darn good foul shooter as well, 73% from the stripe. Just 45 attempts on the year.
Yeah, with Boyd, I feel like when he misses, it's more of a lapse in focus rather than that he's not a good free throw shooter, because I get the feeling that if you told Luke Boyd that he needs to make 10 straight free throws, he could do it for you. He's just that locked in as a shooter. But then again, he doesn't always have 4 folks with their shirts off in the front row trying to get in his head.
2 missed front ends for Archbishop Ryan here in the first half. Put 4 points back in your pocket there.
Oh,
And Ahmad Noel, that was not tipped, I don't believe. Well, that's not going to matter anyway.
Right there, 24-19. I think they're wrong.
Out of bounds to Archbishop Ryan.
Unless they say Noel touched it, I suppose the refs agreed with you there in saying there was no touch, it was just thrown out of bounds by Barno.
Yep. Williams, so good to the right. That's an excellent feed. A lot of contact. That one's going to go against Ymir Satterfield, the 6'2 junior. Thomas Sorber to the line, this time for 2.
And he had the whole right side of the court there, and he was able to create. You know, he made one move, one jab to the right, and was able to create for his teammate.
Sorber had an early 6 points, but has kind of quieted down a bit of late.
One thing we've seen from Sorber, particularly down at the Palestra the last 2 games, very good foul shooter. The stats don't lie. He's gotten to the line 123 times on the air, 123 shots from the stripe, 73%.
Yeah, that's very impressive, especially for a sophomore, too. Someone who gets to the line so much, and he's young, and I think he's only going to get better with age, you know, handling the pressure of the crowd and all that stuff.
And an offensive foul. That goes against number 13. That's Makai Taylor. And it's going to be another one of those off-ball moving screens. A little push there on Sorber.
And you want to know something? I think Tom Sorber grabbing him and kind of pulling him made it look like he moved a little more than he did. I'll say a heady play by Sorber.
Dan, you talked about withstanding the pressure on a very nuanced basis with Thomas Sorber, but as a team, Archbishop Bryan, this building was hot. It was electric. It was all Imhotep after a big run. And Archbishop really hung in there.
Whoa.
And all of a sudden, Archbishop Bryan, wow, they're going to grant a timeout to Joe Zaglinski.
Let's take a peek at this.
Yeah, Andre Noble, I get it, my friend. That's a tough call. And yet you have to call the call right as soon as he gets the ball on the ground. Otherwise, that ball's on the move. It's a tough call. What do you got, guys?
What I'll say is there was a split second that Zaire Paris had the ball. Michael Paris. I think he goes by Zaire, though, sometimes. Michael Paris had the ball. But with that being said, I don't know if there was enough time of him possessing it in that Joe Zaglinski would have been able to call timeout at that exact moment.
It's one of those anticipation calls, I feel like, when you know a coach is trying to call a timeout and they're desperate on the ground, scrambling for the ball, and they hear a little chirp from the left side of their ear, and they get them the timeout. There you go, with the crowd going crazy.
We've got a shirtless Panther hyping up the crowd. And this place, Obie O'Brien Court at LaSalle College High School, this is one of the best scenes I've seen all year.
No doubt about it. Now back behind the play here, Thomas Sorber got a little bit of blood on the jersey. The athletic trainer here at LaSalle, Dave Crow, keeping an eye on him and looking to get that out of the jersey. I don't know, do they have a backup? Williams, good finish. And just like that, guys, Archbishop Bryan, they've withstood the initial surge there by Imhotep. It's now a 1-point game with 2:02 to go in the first half. And that one's thrown away. Another turnover by Imhotep.
That was Satterfield who threw it away. He struggled a little bit today.
Late stages of the first half, 1 minute and 49 seconds to play. It's Archbishop Ryan trailing by just 1. Williams now goes left, all the way to the 10. Count it.
And one.
One more look here, Will. You said he likes to go to the right. Well, they're starting to play him a little bit to the right. Nasty crossover right there. Get to the bucket.
Yeah, and furthermore, that was number 35, Amari Hunter, out on him. We see very little of Hunter, and I think Williams liked that matchup and attacked it.
I like Sorber in the middle of the floor for Archbishop Ryan. Them kind of throwing that free throw line extended